Alright, so you're young, single, and Christian. Well, I got some questions I want to ask you because I think you're in a better position than you think. So, just some questions that you need to consider before you think you need to move on to their relationships. Just hear me out for a minute. Alright, so this is gonna just be a short video, basically, for my people out there that's young, single, and Christian that believe they're not, they want more. You know what I'm saying? I actually think you should understand that you're in a really good position, honestly, and that you need to seize the day. So just gonna be some tips, and just some questions you need to answer for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So once again, obviously, right now I'm a current police officer. I'm also boxing. I also do marathons, ultra marathons, and trail running. Okay, so just one thing I want people to understand. Like the first question I want to know is, or I want you to answer for yourself and ask yourself is basically, are you even somebody that somebody would want to date? And it sounds so typical, but I don't think a lot of people actually are putting in any work on themselves personally. Like for instance, a lot of people in this culture seems like we break up with somebody to move on to the next relationship. We never take any time to see what went wrong in that last relationship. Because the problem is you. If you was dating Tina, Maddie, and Jenna, and you broke up with all of them, there's only one common factor in those last relationships, and that was you. So a lot of people, like, we get these relationships and just don't do any evaluation, any self-work, and just move on to the next one. And honestly, that's a recipe for disaster, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So I think you need to ask yourself, are you even somebody would want to be with? I mean, obviously, if you are dating, obviously you someone wants to date, but are you someone wants to marry? And that's a pretty big question, you know what I'm saying? So do some self work, do some evaluation, and try to better yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't just try to follow culture standards and think that you need to be with somebody all the time. You don't need to be. Some of you guys just really need to go to therapy and get some work. Let's be honest here. I know me personally, I need therapy at times. You know what I'm saying? So, I need my own counseling. You feel me? So, I just got my friends that I can talk. I got my homies. He's in the faith too. So I call him up like, hey, bro, this is what's going on. You feel me? So some guys need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't just overlook flaws. Take some time off, do some reading, do just some self-evaluation and learn about yourself, learn about your triggers. Yeah, we all got triggers, some childhood trauma or just some trauma that happened in our life. We got triggers. Learn about those and how you can avoid those from happening. You know what I'm saying? So try to fix yourself, learn about yourself, and try to better yourself. Take the time. Like honestly, if you're single, you got time. You feel me? Like obviously in a relationship, you gotta focus time on another person. You gotta focus finance on another person. No, when you're single, you got time to go through this evaluation and better yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you can become a better person and be better at relationships in the future. You know what I'm saying? So that's the question I want to ask: is being alone really that bad? And this is something I had to learn about. So obviously the reason why I do a lot of things I do, one of my I say one of my motivators in life was a guy by the name of David Goggins. If you don't know who he is, look him up, read his book. I highly recommend it. I actually got a book in. I got his audio book I think is a lot better version because he actually has he actually does like a little podcast type interview where he explains more of his story. Anyway, very good motivational guy. He's the one that got me into all these long distance runs and everything, but he basically said that it's okay to be alone. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of hit me. And then he kind of further explained it in another interview. He was like, hey, listen, like sometimes you can go into your closet and just figure out where you're going and what you need to do to get there. You know what I'm saying? Originally I was like, dang, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, who literally does that until I tried it. And I was like, yo, like you figure out so much about yourself when you're just sitting in that peace and quiet and can evaluate. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, relationship, you can have somebody else there. They're gonna be thinking you're probably weird if you're sitting in the closet just evaluating life. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got kids, like they're like, they be calling the police like, hey, that thing daddy about to commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? If you single, like you can just take some, go into the closet, figure out where you at, where you're heading, and how you're gonna get there. I do a lot, like I said, before actually, just a couple times I actually I was in text with friends. They were saying, let's hang out tonight. And honestly, I was like, yo, like I'm not gonna make it. You feel me? And this is the reason why. And they usually think I'm weird, but listen, like I know I need to take some time off to myself. And like me being single, I can do that. You feel me? So just think about it. Is being alone really bad? Or are you just influenced by some outside source? You wanna, you wanna go to a party, have your plus one, you wanna hang out with your friends and show off a girl or a guy, or you know what I'm saying? Like you just understand, just evaluate that question. Is being alone really bad? Just think of everything you can do right now and think, can you do the same thing in relationships? And I'm gonna break it down on my own. And basically, I box, I do trail running. I have my own little things. I like to go to concerts. I just went to like my first wrestling event last week, which is very amazing. I highly recommend doing that if you're like a wrestling fan. Um, but yeah, and yeah, obviously I work out. So me personally, all those things that I do, if I get in a relationship, can I personally keep that up? Can I personally do these trail runs whenever they pop up? Because I do them pretty frequently. As of right now, actually, I haven't had one this year. I got one in February, the Fort Lauderdale Marathon coming up. I'm gonna do that. So the marathons, the trail running, boxing, I got Monday through Thursday, in the morning. So can I do all this and still have time for another person? Or even just have the energy for another person? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a question I have to ask myself. And honestly, I don't think I have enough to get back to another person. So me personally, like, when I look at it, it's like, yo, like, I don't even think I have enough time. If I get with somebody, I'm about to drop something. And everything that I'm doing is what keeps me going, keeps me motivated. So if I drop something for someone, like who knows how that's gonna end up? You know what I'm saying? Because at one point I'm gonna start missing something. You feel me? So I love what I'm doing, and me being single, I'm afforded the opportunity to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So another thing is find motivation. This is just simple. Just find motivation in life, okay? Because a lot of people, we're not even motivated. Like I said, a lot of us, we just jump from situation to situation. We don't have any real motivation. We're not trying to be some great guy or great girl for whoever this next person is. You know what I'm saying? We're just moving along through life. There's no motivation. There's no goals. There's no progress in us personally. It's just no motivation. We're just going, just flowing with the wind, and that's no. Like you gotta have a purpose, a plan, and how you're gonna get there. It goes back to being single and just sitting around and evaluating. You can do this. I'm telling you, I do it all the time. So you're not a weirdo. You feel me? Now the next one is just a simple question. Actually, it's not a simple question. It's something you really need to dig into. Are you trying to get in a relationship because you're trying to avoid lust? That is a serious question, because it's actually, I gotta do another video where somebody actually wouldn't have expected kind of fell into a big lust trap for apparently it was years, but that's another video. So basically, a lot of people, and I think Paul even said this, like, in the Bible, he was like, yo, like if it gets to the point where like lust is too bad, you should get married. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, but at the same time, if you're just trying to get in a relationship just to avoid lust, then you're in it for the wrong reasons, bro. Let me just be honest with you. That's a recipe for disaster. That, because to me, that's saying that you don't wanna be. Listen, we all got spiritual battles, okay? And honestly, I'm a man, so I understand men's problems. I go through lust all the time. That's something I gotta fight, and that's something I gotta pray with, with God. You feel me? Like, I actually just had a prayer with him the other day, because I was like, yo, like, Lord, like, lust is getting pretty strong for me right now. You know what I'm saying? I need to start fighting again. You feel me? And I don't want to fall victim to it. You feel me? So if you're just trying to do it to avoid lust, it's not going to last long. What relationship you're in, and it's going to go back to that one about earlier, about you're going to go from relationship without doing any work, because you're just trying to avoid lust. And if it gets to the point where you're just avoiding lust and you're going from relationship, and you're literally just out screwing X amount of girls, X amount of guys, honestly, you really got to evaluate, because now it's like you're calling yourself a Christian, but you're doing very unchristian like things. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, fornication and lust is just not something that's good for you. You gotta, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. That's one that really applies to most men that I know about. So don't let lust be the reason why. You know what I'm saying? If that is the reason, then you need to step back and evaluate that, and just do some self-reflection on that, and how you can beat that, how you can slay that demon or fight the demon. Because honestly, I think lust is just something that we're all gonna go through. I remember, I think it was Ben Graham. think his name was. He said like he actually had very strict rules he used to follow to avoid, lusting after women. Basically, he said if there's ever a situation where he will go to the elevator and it's just him and another woman, he will literally go off the elevator and let her go on the elevator herself. Just to avoid having any thoughts of that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Andy Stanley, pastor, I really love. I believe he's very the very evangelistic people diss him, but I think Einstein is a very good preacher. He's helped me out through some of his sermons. I feel they're very applicable. But yeah, he said basically if it's ever a situation where he's getting a driver and the driver is female, he will literally call his wife and let her know. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful. So what I want you guys to just know is just ask yourself these questions. Like, what is your real motivation? You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us do we want to be good boyfriends, girlfriends, and maybe transition to husbands and wives, but when you're single, I'm telling you, it's a lot more time to do things. A lot of you don't have your finances intact. A lot of you don't even have your own place to stay. You know what I'm saying? But you're trying to move into a relationship. I mean, I was watching this one other podcast. A male was asking, he was like, "Yo, like, should I date this woman that has a kid and I'm a porn addict and I don't have my own place?" And it's like, what is your motivation and reasoning by even trying to get into a situation like that? That's not gonna work in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, if you bring your finances together with someone else, you can find your own place maybe. But at the same time, you can really just take time to focus on yourself, get all your stuff in order, and then be able to move on later at another time and find somebody. So just ask yourself questions, very specific questions as to why you are where you are and where's the motivation for getting with somebody. Honestly, me, am I searching? Honestly, I would say no. You know what I'm saying? Is opportunities available? Yes. I'm not gonna say I'm the best looking guy ever, but there is opportunities. But I know with my lifestyle as of right now, I like I said, if I drop something that I'm doing that I love just to be with somebody right now, it's not gonna work out in my favor. Now I'm fairly young. I'm 28 years old right now. So I got time. You feel me? It's not like I'm not in a rush for anything. I've had relationships. I've had the situationships. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm literally trying to grow my faith with God and just battling the lust on a daily basis and just trying to become a better man. So when I do get into that situation where I find somebody, then I'll be with a good mind and good body and good spirit to be with that person. But as of right now, I love where I'm at, young, single, and Christian, and I'm just seizing the day by day, seizing day, enjoying life and all that I can do by myself, being single. So, just a couple questions I need to ask yourself, and I believe if you just ask yourself certain questions, you'll come out with better answers for why you want to be and what you want to be in. So, here's just a couple questions, and once again, just to run through them again, and just let you try kind of answer, ask yourself those questions. Okay. One, are you becoming who you need to be for whatever person you're trying to get with, male or female, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Is being alone really bad? Just really question that. Um, Find your motivation. Also, like find certain things by yourself, like find out triggers. If you need therapy, counseling, whatever, make sure you go find it. Obviously, it's better off if you do it before you even in the relationship, because once you're in there, then you kind of like fix the problems that's popping up now, and it's a little bit tougher. While you can just figure it out beforehand, you'll be better off. Biggest question: are you trying to get in a relationship to avoid lust? That's just one of the biggest questions. And then another question is, can you everything that you're doing right now, you know, binge watching TV, playing sports, hanging out with your homies at the bar, at the club, whatever. Can you do all that you're doing right now, that you most likely enjoy? Can you do all that in the relationship? Just question yourself, man. So it's just simple questions. I just want everybody to be the best they can be and grow. But if you are single, young and Christian, take this time to better yourself, seize the day, and just have fun with life. Like you are free. There's nothing attached, nothing holding you back. I'm gonna assume no kids, no girlfriend, no boyfriend. Take this time, man, have fun. Like honestly, I'm still learning and growing as a man myself. But I'm just having fun. Like this last year, I mean, I just, yeah, I don't know, man. This last year was a great year for me. Growing as a man, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and then just moving on to now, and just, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I know that, like I said, I know if I was in a relationship, that everything I'm doing right now is most likely not gonna be able to happen. So live life, have fun, do what you need to do, and take care. So once again, Lone Wolf Podcast, I'm out. Y'all stay strong and seize the day.